going on, everybody? Fabio here with 40 Below Gaming. We're going to try and get back into the swing of doing some hobby nights here live in my residence. I'm just going to log into my other computer. I've been on a big hiatus, kind of a little bit of a drought, so going to try and get back into the swing of things. Been doing a lot of work with PvP and Twin Eagles coming up, so and a lot of preparations for next year. So I was hoping to get some modeling done, but that's not going to happen. I got some basing, got some prime colors on some flyers I want to get done tonight, and then what else do I got? I was going to do some airbrushing, but I'm missing a few key components, and I can't seem to find where I've put them. It's been that long, so we might not get to that tonight, but I have one quick break I have to take because I actually have some laundry in, so I got to deal with that. But otherwise, yeah, we're just gonna grind this out tonight. So I'm gonna do some stuff for about 30 minutes or so. I got a base for one of my Necron knights that I've got ready to go. So I'm gonna quickly get some color on this bad boy before the airbrushing. And then, yeah, and then I'll probably break quickly for about 10-15 minutes at most. Just got to quickly run out and get my stuff out of the dryer, and then we'll get right back into it. Let's see here. Okay, so first, like I said, we're going to get right into it. So, yeah, so I've got a bunch of knights you can see over in the corner. Got 3 different ones getting ready for, getting ready for the LVO next February. I've got 3 here. I have one more getting ready to go, so there'll be 4 total. Their skeletons are more or less done on the 2. One's complete. But yeah, we've got lots to do on them once their skeletons are done, because we gotta necron them up. Yeah, so just gotta Okay, so I'm gonna just get into my feed here so I can watch myself and comment as necessary. All right. So, without further ado, we are starting on this base. So, what I want to do, it's going to be a lot of dry brushing, some wash, and then it's just too bad it's been so long since I've done any work. So I'm kind of winging it tonight. I'm going to see how this base goes. Looks like it's pretty light, so I think this, what do we got here? Oh, that's a technical, we don't need that. So I think it's something like this. I think we're gonna go, it's Balor Brown, Baneblade Brown, then Ushopti Bone. So these are colors we're gonna hit off before any airbrushing. I think we're gonna wash, I think we wash after. I'm just trying to reference another one. You know what? I don't think we used Balor Brown. I think Balor Brown got cut. What else we got up here? Yeah, I think I got a shop tip here again. What else we got? Yep. Okay. So we're just gonna go with this. So without further ado, let's get some paint on a brush. Am I right? So guys, we got lots of stuff going on we're going to be talking about tonight too. Hopefully Scott plugs in the chat and starts dropping some comments. So as you all know, Twin Eagles is coming up, which is very exciting. We've been quite busy with that. And then what else we got? We got PvP on the 15th, I believe. It's this coming Sunday. It's our Sunday edition, so that's pretty exciting. You know, we got the league wrap up. This is the last month for league, so if you haven't got your last game in, I suggest you get that done sooner than later, because before you know it, it's going to be done and you're going to be SOL. So yeah, make sure to get your last game in for the league. What else we got going on? Prize support's coming in. Trophies are being made for Twin Eagles. Twin Eagles is going to be pretty sweet this year. Got a lot of changes happening. You know, so we've got some custom missions. Doubles is always fun. Good to get out with the guys. You know, 4 people at a table. A lot more bickering, a lot more trash talking, a lot more, you know, jokes to be had. A lot more people rolling ones and everybody laughing. But yeah, so that should be exciting. What else we got? The Winnipeg War Council has a whatchamacallit now. We're going to do a monthly painting competition, and this there is no limitation on which games you can use to paint. So this week it's a squad, minimum of three models. So like, I don't know. I'm like I had mentioned in my video yesterday, that didn't go very far because I was dying. Oh man, already pieces are falling off. Nailed it. So I'm doing some death marks. Here they are. Love these guys. Don't do enough of them. So yeah, if you're gonna do another squad of them, I got like 3 squads to do. So you know, baby steps. Gonna take it one squad at a time. Yeah, like, hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I ate way too much food. I actually barely ate today on account of I've been full forever. And that says a lot because I eat usually 6 meals a day. So Thanksgiving was crazy. Hope everyone enjoyed time with their family, friends, whatever they do for Thanksgiving. I know it's a big thing in my family, so if it isn't in yours, that's cool. If it is, awesome. If you have a big family, I don't know, but yeah. Haven't been playing any games. Been really busy working on some stuff. We've got some really exciting announcements that are going to be coming out. I know all the Scots are going to be announcing some stuff soon, which is really exciting. What else? Oh man. The league is going back to the league. League is really tight. We've only got three teams that have put their scores in, so be sure to get those in as soon as you can. I know Dave's been great with that league, and I know he's got a lot of cool stuff coming up for the next one. We've been working on our website some more. I know it's been under construction for a while. Please bear with us, but we assure you it is going to be way better than the last one. It's the Plains of War one, which is still up. It hasn't been updated, but it is still up. But yeah, but it's going to be a lot more interactive, a lot more better to navigate. Just all around a better experience. Let's chalk it up to that. It's a better overall experience. I really wish I had a couple little tools I use for my airbrush. That's really kind of unfortunate. Of all times to not know where it has magically disappeared to, and I've like run out of fiber paste. Everything just kind of went to crap tonight, but that's all right. Just gonna keep grinding away. Kind of got a little bit of a more energy and really wanted to get some painting started, especially with the league. People have been posting all their pictures of what they're planning on working on, so it's getting me pretty excited to participate in that. Alright, I think... no, not dry enough. Always problem with the big brushes, it takes longer to make sure you get all the water out of them. What do we got for time? 35, good, good, good. Honestly, don't even know if we need the... Did we use a wash on that one? So the problem when you haven't come back to this for a long time. I know a lot of people have said, you know, write down what you do, your steps and stuff. I always say, no thanks, it's silly, but it's really not. I literally cannot remember the steps to how I base, and my bases are not complex at all. But last things, there's a lot of... hey man, where am I from? I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. So central Canada. Don't know where you're from, but yeah. Cool, cool. Wesley Polly paints them. What's going on, man? Yeah, so basically I've just lathered this base in Baneblade Brown. Now I'm just quickly doing a kind of a little bit heavier than an actual dry brush, but dry brush nonetheless of Ushopti. Basically, I don't do too much basing before my airbrush. The airbrush really does most of the work. So I just kind of get some general colors down on my bases, my Necron bases, and then what I'm gonna do after. So then basically, once the gems get airbrushed, then from there, once the model is put on the base, then I just basically dictate where, the way it's positioned, do some object source lighting by actually firing the airbrush outwards towards the leg. So like in this case, let's grab one of these knights. So I positioned this one to be sitting kind of like this on this base. Something like this. So this knight's, obviously the back of the legs over here and over here and under the kind of the butt and crotch area is really going to be lit up from the big gem. So that's going to be something that happens from the airbrush and really ties the basing to the model itself. And I obviously do all that before actually attaching the model to the base, so I can ensure that it, you know, the object source lighting actually is correct, or as close to correct as I can possibly make it. Because it's nothing like you're putting your OSL on like the front of the Mini, and then realizing you need it, you know, in the back, or you put it in the inside of the leg where, you know, it would actually be a shadow or stuff like that. So yeah, so just kind of doing the quick bits of this, and then we'll start getting into, I'm actually kind of been debating on switching the type of bases I use on my Necrons, but I have so many done, I have no desire to I have just no desire to change out all the ones I've done. So I'm kind of just riding it out. I mean, it's not a horrible technique, but it's not it's no longer my favorite. So we're gonna let that kind of get going. So this is kind of how I when I sit down and do some hobbying, I usually have a bunch of projects, and I kind of just dabble in all of them a little bit. I don't typically just sit on one project and grind it all out in one night. I get bored of I get bored. It's plain simple, get bored. So I'm going to throw that over there. Might hit it with another color if I can remember. Like, you can even see, like, this is an old base I used to do. Like, I used to actually build up layers and, like, have some liquid green stuff in it and stuff like that on my Necrons, and that just... that got botched really quick. So anyway, to the Scythes. So I got four Scythes here. Kind of see them there. So, got a lot of work to do on them. Really looking forward to that. But yeah, we're gonna get this grinding. So the first step in my process is using Necron compound. This stuff I use religiously, and I use a lot of it. So, without further ado, oh, this is a dead bottle. Let's throw that over there with the rest of the deads. If I open this one yet? Yep. All right. Sorry, this one hasn't been used yet, so it's quite liquidy on the top. So I gotta just work it in a bit, get that liquid to kind of drop in the bottle. Otherwise, this doesn't work very well. Okay, well, it's not working. So, we're going to do it this way. So, I'm going to grab a sponge. I can actually coat the sponge in Necron compound. Put the brush down. We're actually just going to coat this bad boy in the compound. So you can kind of see, give me that sheen. It's already been base coated in what is it? Mechanicus Standard Gray. So it doesn't the silver doesn't pop as much off the start, but once all the other layers get put on, you can kind of see some of it kind of come through. So again, just keep reapplying. Compound, and it's nice because it's the first layer, we don't really have to worry about putting too much or whatever, because the other colors, once they get applied, they start to cover it, and you can start to control how much is visible, and if there's spots that are really heavy, you can really easily break it up. I don't really like doing this first coat with the sponge, just because it's a lot, but I'd rather make sure that it's done correctly, applied correctly, than just going with the brush, because it just doesn't seem to be wanting to, the brush doesn't want to seem to cooperate. So, oops, that's okay. See, made a little mistake, drag the brush, or the sponge, and it has a stroke there, but it's all good. So So one thing I really like about this technique that I've been doing on my Necrons is it's very forgiving. You can really work with kind of whatever you do, and we're just gonna keep grinding this out. So I'm just going to leave this one to let the top half dry, so I don't have to get my fingers full of compound. What time we got? 40. We got about 15 minutes before I got to dart out and grab my laundry. Don't sit down if you're that knight. Oh, I honestly, Polly, I didn't even get where you're going with that, but then I realized that you're talking about that big gem that's sitting right below its crotch. Yeah. Very true. Totally over my head. Was not even thinking. Nailed it. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, are going to be tuning in, watching this later, don't forget we've got the Dusty Auspex, our Winnipeg podcast that goes every Thursday at 7:30, I guess Central Time. We talk about basically things that are happening in our community, 40K in general. You know, it's pretty cash. We joke a lot. There's a little bit of banter. Just kind of chat about obviously the hobby as a whole. You know, upcoming releases. Obviously, we mention our sponsors. Just stuff like that. So that's every Thursday. It's exciting. There's 2 sets of cast. It's myself and Kyle who do it every, or Team 1, obviously. And then Team 2 is Steve and Dan. Dan has been on the show for quite a while, and Steve's a new addition. Steve's been with the community and the hobby for quite some time. Good guy. And then we bring on, special guests and, people that are really pumped about maybe something that's being released. They want to talk about it a lot, or they're, it's their favorite army, and we just know they know a lot about it, so they have a lot of good opinions, good people to chat with, get some insight from. Yeah, so that's the Dusty Auspex. We've got open gaming this Sunday at PvP, so that's the 5th. I believe it's this week, or maybe it's next week. The Sunday, it's the 5th, the 15th, I believe. But yeah, so that's coming up, which is really exciting. So that's Infinity, 40K, Age of Sigmar, board games, whatever you guys want to bring out. We provide the tables. You bring your minis. You can set up games. You can pre-arrange games. We just give you a place to play. We don't tell you how to play. We don't tell you what to play. We just want to see you out playing. So definitely take advantage of that. We've got Twin Eagles coming up on the 28th of October at the RBC Convention Center. That's one of 40 Below Gaming's premier events. It's a doubles event. It's currently sold out, but we definitely encourage everyone that is interested to jump on the wait list. Tables sometimes can become available, and we'll put together extra tables, or subsequently people, sometimes things happen, and people have to drop out, and there's an opening, and we never want to see people get buys or people not get their games, so we we have a wait list, we can, you know, at least try and accommodate by bringing another team in, which is always good. Or just come out and check it out. Come say hi. We're at the Comic-Con, so, you know, if you want to come pay for the weekend or pay for the day and then just come pop in and say hi, you're obviously always welcome. We've got some booths this year. We got Northern Lights, who's one of our sponsors. It's a local guy, Byron. He does a lot of MDF work, a lot of terrain for 40K, Infinity, and really whatever. Byron's been really cool about that stuff. You know, he's always working with myself and Scott and the Infinity guys, and just kind of putting together really whatever, you know, if we have an idea, he sees what he can put together for us. It's really cool. It's a nice relationship. So we're really happy to have him in the community and, you know, on board, kind of supporting what we're doing here and trying to really just bring the tabletop gaming community here pretty much across Manitoba to kind of together, and try and break down all these little barriers we've got within the community. Some you can't fix, and, you know, whatever, we just kind of let those people make noise and leave it at that. But hey, can only do what we can. We're not a business, we're not here to make money, so we yeah. And sometimes people forget that. Sometimes they always think we're here to try and take their customers and all this, and, you know, it's really not what we do, nor do we care to do that. So it's kind of, again, fake news, but yeah, a little bit of griping here, I know. I'm a cranky man, whatever. Getting old. Just kidding. Well, I am, I guess, technically, but whatever. But yeah. So yeah, that's Twin Eagles. That's coming up, and then, man, then that's our break for the winter. That's our last, you know, schedule event. We still do all our open gaming every month up till Christmas and into the new year, and then we start announcing everything. Like, our whole slew of events for next year are gonna start you know, coming down the pipe, so everyone's got to be ready and start plan. We love to give everyone as much notice as possible. We firmly believe that you know, in order to get the best turnouts, we got to let people know what's happening ahead of time. So so we'll definitely be releasing as much info as we can as soon as we can. I know I was always someone that really appreciated getting some notice, especially, you know, got to paint models, got to, you know, you got to pay for tickets, you got to book time off some people if they, you know, work weekends or have to travel and all this stuff. So we always try to accommodate as best as possible in that regard. Then what else we got going on? Not much. I'm going to LVO. I've decided to go to LVO again, so I'm going to be heading out there with our good old Canadian friend Wes Smazlik. He is obviously in England working, but we have decided that we are going to go meet up in good old Las Vegas and have a responsible time. So we're gonna do that. So I have a list of Necron nights that I'm going to be sending out there. Nice simple list, but yeah. I don't know why my comments aren't loading, so I apologize, guys. If anyone's commenting, it's kind of delayed for me. It's not that I don't like you, although it might be I don't like you, but whatever. Hate is gonna hate. Yeah. So yeah, guys, like, this is literally what it does. It gives it a sheen, obviously the whole model, and then we move on to the million other steps. God, I haven't done this in so long. I'm pretty sure. So next is Typhus Corrosion. So next, yeah, we're gonna go to Typhus Corrosion. Then we do Underhive Ash, and then I think it's Rise or Rust. Then Underhive Ash. can't remember the exact order, to be honest. It's been so long. But yeah, so it's kind of just a lot of stippling, a lot of dry and technical work. What's going on, Homer? Homer is one of the guys that pretty much keeps the drive alive out in Brandon. They run a lot of stuff out of I Want That Stuff, Board Game Empire. Those guys, big shout out to them. They are absolutely amazing. Store owners and, hobby supporters. They have a wicked place there to provide, all the Brandon gamers with a place to play. Place has food, drinks. They do it all. They do it right. The owners there are great guys, and I wish honestly more hobby shops kind of do what they do and the way they do it out there. But unfortunately that's not how it works all the time. But yeah, so big shout out to Board Game Empire. No, Homer, Fifi's not here tonight. She doesn't stay at my place. I'm actually scared of her, and I feel our supporters would not be as interested in Fifi if they knew she was my lady. So. But she's doing well. She will make an appearance at some point in the near future. But she is busy too, so I'll let her know you say hi, and I'll let her know that you would like to see her sooner than later. We'll do a comeback tour for Fifi. You know what's concerning when your flyer shakes and there's something that really concerns me, but not quite. I feel like I should break this one open. Break this. So who we got watching right now? I know Homer's here. Homer, what have you been working on? Anything? Got any plans for any upcoming events? You guys doing anything in Brandon? Is Jason still alive? I understand you guys started a league out there too. How's that going? I follow your page. I always like to see what other, everyone's up to. So, with that, I'm going to quickly grind this guy out here. And clean my brush off. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick 5. Gotta grab my laundry. And I will be back to continue, and we'll move on to the next step. So, be right back. All right, we are back. Getting ready for tea today. All right, Homer's getting ready for Twin Eagles. Oh, that's right. Yes, you are getting on with this. Who are you playing with? Are you playing with Jason, or are you bringing a surprise guest? And Homer, what do you mean by... Oh, Jordan! Oh man, haven't seen him in a while. I know he moved out. I think he moved outside the city or something like that, and so obviously that would make sense why I haven't seen him. But I do see his blog posts. He's really into that stuff, which is really cool. It's nice to see someone that enjoys a different aspect of the kind of the hobby, I guess, or at least just has that kind of insight. That's good. But I know he's busy with his kids. The hairy kid. Yeah, I know, right? God. Almost as hairy as Fifi. Almost. And if you're referring to why Scott doesn't just do these little these videos like I do, I don't know why, but I know Scott sits around a computer a lot during the day, and he might not just be interested in doing this. I know he's busy with a lot of other stuff. Obviously, Twin Eagles is coming up now, so he's definitely not going to be... I suspect he's not going to want to... add more to his plate. And I mean, I'm just kind of... When I feel like doing this kind of stuff, I do it. I don't have set times or anything, although, it'd kind of be cool to, but even that, busy schedule, so it's hard to know exactly when I'm going to be free to do this kind of stuff. But, yeah, I suspect that's part of the reason why. I'm sure he will I'm sure he would probably do it. But, plus we don't like him as much, so we try and keep him off the screen. Oh. Harley, come here. My dog is getting cranky. Always gets cranky when I'm doing something that doesn't involve laying down, so he can lay on me. Tuesday seems to be a good day to fit this kind of thing in. Yeah, you know what? Other than our monthly gaming on the first Tuesday of every month, I find Tuesday's actually probably my slowest day of the week, which is kind of weird, but it is. I mean, there's no football. There's usually no... I mean, there's a little bit of hockey, but nothing that I care about. So it kind of works out. You know what? I thought about the Twitch thing, but Twitch, you really need to, be diligent about, go on steady, same times, very regimented. I find people that go on really willy-nilly and casually, it's really not, I don't know. I feel like Twitch isn't really that kind of platform for that. So yeah. Alright, so on to the second coat. So this is the Typhus Corrosion. So this is super messy, but this is what this coat I find isn't necessary with Typhus Corrosion. You could use a brown or something, but as much as this paint scheme is a rusty, dirty look, the part that really gets me, it's my army, and when I touch these models and move them on the table, I actually like feeling them, because when I touch them, they feel dirty, they feel grimy and gritty, and the Typhus Corrosion really helps give that effect. And it's kind of, I'm not big into the backstory and all that kind of stuff, but that to me is kind of just seals the deal, kind of really, I don't know, for lack of a better term, I guess, brings my models to life for me. So this step is more, isn't necessary to use this stuff, like the typhus corrosion, but it really does the job for me personally. So that is why I choose to use it on my models. So yeah, so it's literally just coat this brush, easy Chewbacca. So my dog, I make the joke all the time, he sounds like Chewbacca. And I feel it's fitting, especially after the new trailer dropped last night on Monday Night Football. So yeah, so you can see it's just kind of, you're just griming the model up. And while you're stippling, it's still a paint, so it does dry flat, but there is little bits of material in with this paint. So in certain areas you'll get a little bit of debris per se, which just increases the effect of the model. So what you can do afterwards, so after you've dabbed on, I turn to the side where it's a clean bit of sponge and just do just kind of pick up some of the stippling and pull some away. So it just gives a little more, just kind of cleans up the texture a little bit. Oh, we got Scott. Oh. Because my techniques are far too advanced. Oh, easy, Scott. Oh, God. Here we go. What's going on, Andrew? Yeah, typhus corrosion and riser rust is a great combination. When these paints first, when these technical paints and dries first hit the scene, I saw them in action, and man, like, I was sold immediately. Like, they do such a good job. They're so cool. So I'm really excited. I was really excited about them. I started applying them to this army, and I think that was one of the reasons why I've really come to just enjoy, you know, painting and doing up my Necrons so much, is because I found a paint scheme that isn't overly complex, but allows me to do some technical work, allows me to use a lot of color, which is a big thing for me. I really like color on my models. I don't like a lot of like this like stiff, like I don't like a lot of models that are black. You know, a lot of it's a primary color kind of thing. What else do I like about? I still do a lot of airbrush work as well. So so I get a little bit of that, and I really, painting was never my favorite part of this hobby. So the fact that I have a technique that allows me to get my models painted and still doesn't drive me absolutely bonkers, and still looks nice, like really there's some great effects. It's really just a win-win for me. Like, it just suits me. Homer, are you gonna take that kind of stuff from Scott? I mean, as much as I don't need to be in the middle of you guys trying to be keyboard warriors, I mean, I totally am not opposed to it, because I'm not going to moderate it. I don't care. Let the drunk people get married. So you can kind of see, like, this step really quick, nice, because it's just messy. Like, it's not, well, it's not really messy. Like, you're still kind of trying to pick out your areas. You're trying to, you know, really make sure you get nice coverage, but you're really not overly concerned about where this stuff is landing. So I'm going to do the top of that one, go to the next one. All dry brushing, all dry brush, all washing, all the time. Hey, you know what? That's okay. If that's what you like to do and you find it works, and it's definitely an effective technique. There's nothing wrong with that. And you know what? Honestly, just the amount of time I have, you know, I used to love gaming. It's funny because I just don't even get games in anymore. So like the fact that I rush through my painting just to get like models done to literally go sit in my case. It's kind of funny, but at least I find it somewhat humorous. But well, whatever. Such is life. I was actually I was gonna plan on grind out, what is it, about 100 new scarab bases tonight, but I realized I really need to fix up all their bases because I've bought them all secondhand. So they're all from like different people, so they've all, you know, they will not fit my theme, so I have to do that first. So that's going to be really daunting on those little bases, so I'm not looking forward to that at all. So if anybody wants to do that for me, just kidding. Sub it out. But yeah, that one's front, top, end done. Homer, were your Zinch demons all dry brush and washed? Like, you didn't do any like other brush work to them? Like the ones that I saw at that Brandon tournament that I attended. I think it was earlier this year. Was it earlier this year? I'm pretty sure it was earlier this year. I actually don't even know. Everything's just a blur. Andrew, if you're still with us, what have you been working on? Anything? What's on your hobby table? Scott, I know you've been working on those Eldar lizards or whatever. You got the Exodites. That's what I believe they're called, if I'm not mistaken. Any progress? Any plugs to drop in the chat? Any sponsors that just that want to drop in, like Hidden City Comics, or I don't know. All right, so now for the underside of these bad boys, get them done. I think I actually went through this whole one and finished them. That's all right. Get to the next. So hopefully I'm going to be signing off here in about 50 or so minutes. So hopefully I can at least get these guys ready for the airbrushing step. That is the goal tonight. I think it's an achievable goal, but if not, well, that's all right. Oh, we've got a response. Andrew is alive. Okay, what do we got? Let's see, what do we got? Can we see a finished piece of your army? So we're working on Legion board. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Here, I actually got a couple of things that I can grab. So, hang on, just let me. I don't want this brush to stiffen up, so let's just clean that off. Okay, so see, I'm gonna move the light just slightly so you can. So this is one of my knights. So this will be. So you can kind of see, this is my Necron Knight. So he's all rusty. He's been converted up. Got little scarabs all over him. Still scrabs. So the base I was working on earlier. You know, it's gonna kind of match this. So you got the gems, and then you've got the, I don't know if we can make out this the object source lighting on the back of his leg to match the, I don't know, probably not, but yeah. So this was my first night I did, so I have 3 more to do, but yeah, love my nights. Grab something else. Hang on, let's see what else we got. Thanks, Homer. Sandra, here's a scythe. I wonder, actually I can see it on here how well this looks. Let's see. So this is kind of how I see. Love putting a little bit of color. All my squad markings are based on color. So we can pull that up a bit so we can get the better color. So yeah, just really simple. Like these ones don't have as many colors. Actually, I was learning how to like add, you know, the Underhive Ash and there's one other dry color that I add. So I build it up a little more. And then yeah, like you can even like this, you know, you get the same scheme all the way down to the smallest miniatures, and you really, you know, it's nothing crazy, but at least you get, as I drop this, and the arm's gonna fall off, so I have to now fix this guy. Yay, nailed it. But yeah, so everything's coherent, which is a big thing for me. And I also really like making sure that, you know, when I play an opponent, they know where my squads are, and stuff like that, especially because Necrons are all the same. Like, you always see some guys that just have, like, you know, a bunch of silver models or something. It's kind of like, yeah, I get they're all supposed to be silver, but you gotta use something, or like, you know, change the rod color and stuff. So yeah, so I use, that's what I mean, I love the color, I like the air, that's why I love this scheme. Allows me to use the airbrush as well as do everything else I like. So I wouldn't say I'm a great painter. I'm not. I know I'm not. But I work within my means, and I do what I enjoy. But I still appreciate the fact that, you know, when you play other people, they definitely want to see, you know, painted armies. So I definitely try to do that as well. Maybe that's the competitive nature in me. I like to, you know, challenge myself and make sure my armies not only are, you know, tough for my opponents, but they also look nice, or at least aesthetically pleasing in photos. And thank you, Andrew. I'm glad you approve of my technique. Dun, dun, dun. What about you, Andrew? What are you working on? Do you play 40K? Do you play a different game? Do you just enjoy the painting aspect? Do you just like gaming? Alright, so that's done. So next we're going to go to the Underhive Ash. So basically, at one point in, actually, you know what, before I do that, at one point in time I was told my rust didn't look rusty enough because there wasn't enough colors in it, because rust isn't just orange and brown, and kind of thought that was not entirely accurate, but at the same time I was like, alright, I guess I looked online, you know, definitely saw rust that just looked brutally orange, but you know, I definitely saw that there was room to improve, so I started to find other dry brushes, colors that you know, still just still did the trick for me, but at the same time allowed me to kind of give some more flavor to my paint scheme. So now my methodology is just I add another dry component of Underhive Ash, and then from there I go back, then I go to the Rise of Rust, so you can kind of see a little bit of a green tint underneath, under the orange, which it's actually turned out quite nice. Brock, what's going on? Well, how many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I only have 6 painted, Brock. So this will be 10, and then I have 2 more that I'm actually converting into the Forge World Bombers. So I will have 12 flyers total at the end when this is all said and done, which won't be enough, but it will be enough for now. Harley, relax, bud. My dog's going mental. Good, good, good. Just put... Ah, Blood Bowl. Cool, cool. Do you do you participate in the Blood Bowl league that I know goes on at the Games Workshop, out of the Games Workshop here in Winnipeg, Andrew? That's the only problem when you admit it. Yeah, I guess so. But you know, people that admit it's a problem, that's the first step to trying to quit. And I'm not a quitter, so I'll just keep building and painting. And I mean, I've got all these cases full of Necrons. 4 cases full, so you know, I'll definitely need to get another one soon, but that's okay. You know, once I line this whole room with cases, then I'll maybe consider it being a problem. But for now, no, it's definitely not a problem. Not a problem at all. All right, next up, I'm gonna go to this Underhive. Harley, relax. Oh my god, my dog is going nuts. I think he wants to go to sleep. So my dog has a problem. He only goes to sleep if I'm laying with him. So he complains to me until he complains until I go to bed with him. He's a suck, but that's all right. Worst guard dog, biggest suck. All right, so. Alright, so we've got some Dawnstone on the sponge. Hey, oh, you're in Brandon. Okay, gotcha, cool. Is this working? Not really. Okay, so let's hang on here. Okay, so sometimes this happens. The sponge is the colors on the sponge are too dark, so stuff like this color isn't transferring through. So you just rip off the end of your sponge. And got a fresh sponge. So Brock, what's been going on, man? Like, have a good Thanksgiving. Where you been? What have you been up to? Have you been still gaming with Colin and Wally and them? How they doing? Haven't heard from them in a while. Oh, yeah, Andrew, my bad. I thought you were in Winnipeg. I was like, but yeah, that'd definitely be quite the commute just to get a game of Blood Bowl in. Okay, what the heck is going on here? This color, I feel like this transfer to the sponge is just not. How did I used to do? I don't remember. I think I'm just gonna. This one looks like it's just not as strong of a color, so I'm just going to. Freestyle. Started from the bottle, now we're here. So just, yeah, picking spots and popping some of this down. So the intent here is not to like go nuts with this color. It is literally just something to break up areas once the Rise of Rust goes on. So you're just not seeing like the typhus corrosion everywhere followed by Rise of Rust. Sometimes you see a little bit of the Underhive, Underhive Ash kind of breaking up that the layers, the 2 layers, which is really its purpose. So yeah, I don't even know if you can see, kind of see a little bit of a green glare. That's all it is. It's very subtle. So I've also been trying with, what's the other color? Do I have it out here? No. There's another color I was trying too. So I was trying to give multiple layers. But I found it actually really didn't do much at the end of the day, so I kind of aborted that. I felt the one additional layer was more than enough. You know, everyone's always like the 3 color minimum. I've seen people get, you know, better scores with 3 colors versus my like 5. So which is kind of like, oh, okay, so clearly people, it's not about, you know, how many layers, it's, you know, whatever. There's other reasons, but anyway, I digress. Really don't care. I mean, I feel like I get pretty decent paint scoring, so when I do go to events, so not looking for top spot ever, because I mean, I know there's people that are way better and put in way more effort and time, and you know what? That definitely deserves more, deserves those awards. But for me, I just, you know, especially all-encompassing events, gotta make sure you get some points everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of it. X-Wing, last thing game-wise, I did commute to challenge X-Wing Junkies in their Twitch stream. That's what I really know. Okay. A little bit of X-Wing, nothing wrong with that. I tried X-Wing. Wasn't really for me. More so because I find that I cannot jump into a bunch of different games. Homer, keep in mind, Scott's been saying they're ready to paint, and he's been painting them forever, so he's pretty lazy, so. Yeah, Andrew, it definitely is an expensive hobby. So it's you got to find that balance, like, you know, buy a squad here, a squad there, save some money, kind of thing. It's definitely not one of those hobbies. It's like I can go from 0 to 100% complete in a night, or anything like remotely close to that. But honestly, what kind of keeps me going in it is the community. I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft. I dabbled in and out of Magic the Gathering, but computer games and online games and stuff like that, I'm not a big fan of, you know, simply because I like the social interaction that comes with 40K. I find there's a lot of value in that. I've always been a social person, like meeting new people. So this game actually really caters to that, which is really awesome. And our community really, again, caters to that, which is one of the reasons I wanted to, you know, start running tournaments. And then with Scott, we wanted to start up 40 Below Gaming, and yeah, so stuff like that. And then, yeah, World of Warcraft, same thing. Like, just being behind a computer, you know, there's always those people that call people that they've never met but talk to online a lot, their friends, and it's kind of like, well, I don't know how I feel about that. So again, like that, and then Magic the Gathering, like, man, those people, no, not trying to knock them really, but their social skill was just very, like, lackluster to say the least. So, but yeah. Hey Tom, I actually have 6 with enclosed cockpits. So these ones I got second hand, so I really didn't get to choose how they go. I might pluck the guys out still, and I can, you know, install enclosed cockpits later on. But I have 6 that are enclosed, so I figure the next 6 can be exposed. Why they are exposed, I'll never know, but whatever. I don't get what it is. I feel like maybe it's just too dry in there. Like, Gonna make me get up, are you? Alright, hang on. Really on a mission here. Okay, you know what? Let's put this one down. Fine. Yeah, I got... I use Wraith Carapace. Dude. Oops. Move this up. So, mine sit like this. Green stuff to flush them. And yeah. So that's how I do. Oh, shit. Yeah, Brock, there's a lot of dabbing going on over here. And over there, too. So, just keep your eye out for that. Brock, what happened to your Pittsburgh Steelers? Should we talk about that a little bit? I don't know. Yeah, actually, Tom, I've got a load of ready-to-go Lich-Guard shields ready for... I find they use these for conversions non-stop. So I've got a boatload of them. But yeah, I'll probably try and implement some of those into some cockpits if need be. I find, oh Kevin, I'm sorry, I find it really funny that you're saying the Pittsburgh Steelers suck and you're a Bengals fan, because your crotch cricket Andy Dalton is failing miserably. But hey, I mean, you guys beat the Browns, so that's good. Mind you, the New York Giants are pretty much the new Browns of the NFL right now. But yeah. Have I done the underside of this one yet? Alright, easy Harley, relax. Okay, so that one's got to be, the underside's got to be done soon. Ooh, we got 20 minutes. Yeah, the Bills ranked 8th. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Yeah. Whatever. I hate football. I hate fantasy football. Everyone's dying, and it's ruining all my leagues. So, lost a lot of money. I'm going to lose a lot of money this year, and needless to say, I'm not happy about it. So, oh, that's where the loose piece is. Okay, seriously, look at this. Who freaking, oops, shit, there goes my camera stand. Let's fix that up. Like, okay, people, I don't understand, how does this happen? How does it just fall out? Man, lazy people building, that's why secondhand models sucks. But whatever. They use like freaking shite glue. It doesn't even look like there's any glue on this piece. That's fucker duckered. Alright, well. Oh, I swear to God, if this doesn't go back in, I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh, I'm gonna fucking break this now. Hating life right now, boys. There we go. Stick it in, stick it in. Swear to God. Swear to God. back on pace now. Paint's dried up. Well, that was fun. Almost threw this one at the window. Not gonna lie. Nah, man, you just gotta stuff it in. You just gotta commit. Probably shouldn't dab too much on this side. Well, say, dun, dun, dun. Man, I don't understand what the deal is with this. This paint does not transfer very well. What the deuce? Harley, relax, bud. My dog seriously is going nuts. I mean, he might actually have to go out. I mean, he's gone out twice tonight, but he might have to go again. He, like myself, has been eating a lot over the Thanksgiving weekend, and so, oh man, I think Friends is playing on my TV in the other room. Cool. What are we at? 30. We're gonna be leaving shortly. So it looks like we're not even gonna get to the. Actually, maybe we'll power through and get to Rise of Rust on one of these first two that was completed. Let's do that. So let's quickly get this one. Doo-doo-doo. The dab fest. Call this power dabbing. No, I'm not gonna. Whatever. I'll have to finish these later. That's cool. Let's get back to one of these ones. Get some Rise of Rust on this bad boy. Am I right? Fuck it. Oh, who's under the 40 below tag? Change the tag. Get out of there. Show yourself. Harley, chill, bud. Go watch Friends. Okay. You're right. There's never enough dabbing. Okay, so Rise of Rust. I really like how they're all called dry brush, like dry paints, but they're not all dry, nor do they all have the same consistency, which I always kind of wondered about, but whatever. I'm not paid to think, boys. I'm not paid to think. So with the Rise of Rust, boom, there's the difference. Just very subtle. Cool. Hey man, appreciate it. Take it easy. Wish her a happy birthday. Give her a kiss on the lips for me. No, just kidding. No, wish her a happy birthday. And yeah, well, I'm sure I'll be seeing you shortly, I guess. We'll be, or at least at Twin Eagles at the latest, so. Take care. But yeah, so this is the scheme. Not all that technically, I would say, advanced, but still time consuming. I mean, it's been, what, just under 2 hours now, and we've got, you know, kind of more or less 4 models to show for it. So, see, it does take time, everything, but definitely worth it. Worth it. I really don't like doing underside of models on this, like right after doing the top sides, for this reason. Like, I might have fingerprints now, gotta take a look at it and figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna start wrapping up here, gentlemen. Oh, the 19th, cool, man. See you then. Yeah, so a lot of new releases coming out in, you know, 40K and Age of Sigmar. Definitely check out Hidden City Comics. They are our prime sponsor for this year. Hopefully, I actually personally really hope that they were able to utilize us as much as we enjoyed utilizing them. We've used them. They give us we save taxes on anything we order from them. It doesn't have to be when it's on pre-order or anything. It is any quantity of any Games Workshop product anytime. They also bring in Infinity for our Infinity crew. George has a great gaming space that we utilize on. A lot of guys utilize on Fridays. I shouldn't say we, as in myself, because I somehow never have time to games. But I actually might make an appearance this Friday, which will be exciting. Be a first. But yeah, Hidden City, save the taxes. They've been great to us. They'll be down at Twin Eagles. They'll have a booth there. George will be down with a booth on the 28th of this month, October. We will. What else? So we'll Northern Lights Gaming. That's Byron. He does all our MDF stuff. A lot of cool stuff he does for Infinity and 40K. Basically, you can talk to him about if you have ideas, and man, he makes them come to life. He's good for that shit. There's that. But yeah, we've got PvP Open Gaming Sunday Edition on the 15th of this month. We've got bring your Age of Sigmar, 40K, Infinity, your league games. Get those in. Make sure to get your scores in. It's super tight right now, so you won't get those faction points. Help your team out. So there's that. Obviously Friday's coming up, so Friday's gonna be open gaming at at Hidden City. Thursday is Dusty Auspex, so don't forget to tune in to that. That's from 7:30 to 8:30 Central Time. It's gonna be a good episode. We got Brendan coming on. We're gonna talk a lot about the Guard or Astra Militarum. There's been a lot of controversy floating around the internet about how OP they are already, and it's like this literally happens with every codex. So I really get the feeling people are just overthinking everything and literally failing to realize that this is still a dice game, and there's they always calculate to the best circumstances, but whatever. That's something to discuss on Thursday. What else we got going on? So I talked about League. I talked about Twin Eagles on the 28th. Dusty Auspex podcast. Oh yeah, the 19th I think it is. New hotness is hot. Fact. You heard it here first. The 19th is Dusty Auspex Thursday, but we are going to be doing the live draw for the Twin Eagles event. So we're going to figure out who's playing who on that night. We'll talk about kind of who's playing who, what we think about everybody's armies. Also, on that note, for Twin Eagles, if you have not submitted a team name, please do that. We do not want Team 1, Team 7. We want creative names. Please don't let me down. Let's keep the name short and hopefully comical. Please do that. And I don't know if you guys just saw that blip. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the chatting. Hopefully I hope to do this more. I really enjoy it. It helps me get motivated to get some hobbying done. So without further ado, I'm signing out. Fabulous 40 Below Gaming. Check us out. Like our page. Rate our page. Please and thank you. It helps us go into circulation more to get more viewers. So everyone, if you could help us out with that. All right. Take it easy, guys. Good night.